going. He'll move us through a couple of sessions. So again, welcome everybody. Mike Heimbach leading us in Pal Dangum. Go ahead, Mike.
Thanks, Joe. And again, thank you for your patience on this as a novice with Zoom.
That's all right.
Well, folks, what I'd like to introduce to you today is an ancient form of martial art called Pal Dangum. Comes from Korea and China, and it's been practiced for centuries. The reason that I got into this was I was feeling that my prayer life was getting a little stagnant a few years ago. And I kept coming back to the whole idea that I need to have my body, my mind, and my spirit interacting when I pray. And so doing a little bit of research, I came upon Pal Dangum. And in a few weeks from now, I'd like to share with you another form of martial art called Tai Chi Cha. And we'll be talking about that in a few weeks. But today we'll do Pal Dangum. Very easy. There are 8 movements to them. And I always tell my participants when we get the chance to meet again together is to do this at your own pace and at your own leisure. So don't try to stress. This is very easy movements, but they do energize you. The first movement is called Upholding Heaven. Upholding Heaven. So if you're standing, your feet should be shoulder width apart. Interlock your fingers in front of you, like so. Just a gentle interlocking of your fingers in front of you. And what we're going to do is we're going to slowly release our fingers, slowly raise your arms above your head. Interlock your fingers again and stretch slowly upward towards the heavens. Gently release, slowly lower your arms. We do this 3 times. So again, interlock your fingers, slowly release, slowly raise your arms. Interlock your hands above your head and stretch your arms towards the heavens. Let go. Slowly lower your arms. And we'll do this one more time. Interlocking your fingers. Slowly let go and raise your arms. Interlock your fingers above your head. And raise your arms towards heaven. Slowly let go and slowly lower your arms. That's upholding heaven. The next piece is called stretching the bow. Stretching the bow, like a bow and arrow. Bow and arrow. For this, we'll put our feet a little further apart, almost like you're on horseback. So just a little further apart. Not uncomfortable, but just spread them a little further apart. To begin now, we're going to cross our arms in front of us like so. Put your left arm above your right arm. Point your left index finger outward. Left index finger outward. And now what we're going to do is we're going to raise our left hand, arm pointing out to the left, and stretch the bow. Come back, and as you do so, put your right arm on top, right index finger pointing outward. And now we're going to point to the right and stretch the bow to the right. We do this 3 times. Left index finger on top, left arm on top. Point to the left, stretch the bow. Come back Interchange your arms so the right is on top now. Point to the right, stretch the bow, and one last set. Come back and relax. The next movement is called upholding heaven and earth. Upholding heaven and earth. So we go back to our feet being shoulder width apart. And now with our hands, we're placing them like so in front of us. Left hand on top, right hand underneath that. And now what we're going to do is we're slowly raising our left hand above us and at the same time pushing down with our right. Come back to your starting position. Rotate your hands so the right is on top now. Pushing upward with your right and downward with your left. And we'll do this 3 times as well. So rotate, left hand on top, pushing up with left, down with right. Rotate. One last set. Left hand on top. Push upward and downward at the same time. Rotate, right hand on top. And relax. The next movement is called glancing backward. Glancing backward. We'll cross our arms again, similar to what we did with stretching the bow. Again, left hand will be on top, left arm will be on top. And to begin, we're going to release our arms and look backward to the left. Come back, rotate your arms so the right hand is on top. And look backward to the right. Rotate, left on top. Rotate, right. One last set. Left hand on top. Look backward to the left. Rotate. Back to the right. And relax. The fifth movement is called bending sideways, although there's more to it. So I've changed the name a little bit to here, there, and everywhere. Again, feet are shoulder width apart, hands on our hips. And now a gentle bend to the left. Straight up. Gentle bend to the right. Straight up. Slowly forward. Slowly upward. And now we're gonna bend backward, but I want you to brace your back. So like so, make sure you're bracing your back. Brace your back. And so we're gonna bend backward slowly. Hands on our hips. And now just with our head and neck to the left, to the right, forward, and looking up and backward. Repeat. Gentle bend to the left, to the right, slowly forward, slowly upward, brace your back, and now just your head and neck, left, right, forward, upward and back, and one last set. Slowly forward, brace your back, and now just with our head and neck to the left, to the right, forward, upward and back, and relax. The sixth movement, I have a little fun with this one. It's called punching with angry eyes. Punching with angry eyes. When I get my group together, these are people that are in their 60s, 70s, and 80s. And my 86-year-old, one of my 86-year-old women goes, "Don't stand too close to me. I might really give you a good one." No violence, no violence. Punching with angry eyes. Again, shoulder length or shoulder width apart with our feet. We're going to turn slowly to our left. Bring hands up in a punching position, facing towards the left, and punch twice. Forward. To the right. And repeat 2 more times. To the left. Forward. Right. One last time. And relax. Our next piece is called bouncing on our toes. Bouncing on our toes. Again, our feet are shoulder width apart, hands on our hips, and just a gentle bouncing up and down on our toes. I invite people to do this maybe 20 times if you can. And when you're ready, just come to a stop. I like to shake our legs and our feet a little bit after this one. And our final movement for Paldan Boom is called bending forward and stretching back. So again, feet shoulder width apart. We're going to slowly bend down if you can. Try to touch the floor or ground in front of you. Slowly upward. Brace your back like we did before. And bend backward. And repeat 2 more times. Forward. Slowly upward. Brace your back. Bend backward. And one last time. Slowly forward. Slowly upward. Brace your back. And relax. That's Paldan Boom. Typically, when people do this on their own, it takes maybe 8 to 10 minutes at the very most, but it's a wonderful way to energize yourself before you get into any other prayerful practice that you might want to encounter. I sent along to Joe a resource that you might be wanting to take a look at. It gives in more detail the various movements of Paldan Boom. And actually at the end, there's a video that you'd like to take a look at that too. There's a woman who does a wonderful modeling of the Paldan Boom exercises. So until June 16th, when we have Tai Chi Cha, namaste.
Namaste. Thank you very much, Mike. I really appreciate you leading us through that. Next week, folks, we'll have Stephanie Russell and Kathy Coffey Gunther leading us in some prayer Tuesday and Thursday, 4 p.m. Eastern. So thanks for jumping in, and we'll see you soon. Take care.